Shrek. So this video series I'm doing is the Shrek reviews, and I am reviewing all these movies because in December we do have Puss in Boots 2: The Last Wish coming out, which I will actually be seeing at the early screening that they are doing on November 26th. But I want to review the Shrek movies in the lead up to that movie releasing, not just for an early screening but for everybody. And I should have a review for it this Saturday. I want to talk about all the Shrek movies though. I've talked about Shrek 1 before on my second channel. I planned to review them back then, didn't end up doing it, and I don't really stand by that review. It's not a great review. Shrek is awesome. Here's the thing. I forgot how much I love Shrek. I bought this on 4K. The 4K looked beautiful. I highly recommend the upgrade. It's I got this for like $12 on Prime Day or something like that. So if you could upgrade, 100% worth the upgrade for this movie to 4K. I did watch this, and I thought that the movie not only looked great, but the movie was just a great rewatch because I think I forgot how funny this movie is. And I think a lot of it is because this movie, like when you're a kid, it's entertaining and you might find like some things a little amusing, but it's really not that funny because what you're watching is a movie that has a lot of adult humor. Like there's swearing in this movie. There's a lot of things that wouldn't be in this movie. And also a lot of it's really funny because the accent that Mike Myers does. Mike Myers, there's a rumor where he like re-recorded his lines to give the character a Scottish accent, which was really funny because like at certain points the accent just and his delivery is so funny in this movie. And that's another thing that's really great about this movie is all the voice acting. Like you have Eddie Murphy, and you're doing great as Donkey. Carmen Diaz, all these people do a great job, and it leads to some really funny deliveries and lines and great moments. It's a very quotable movie because of the great lines. That'll do, Donkey. That'll do. Moments like that where they're just simple, but the way he says that line is so funny. And the animation, well, I mean, it is the weakest part of this movie. Even the 4K kind of highlights that. I think that's fine. Because when you watch this movie, you notice how Shrek is dated, of course, but this is the time this came out, this was top in the line CGI. And also, this is about a character who's a little bit uglier, a little bit meaner and nastier looking. So I think it adds to the vibe of this movie. The licensed music enhances the movie, and it leads to a really fun soundtrack that makes the movie so much more enjoyable. The soundtrack to this movie is awesome. Of course, Smash Mouth, iconic, yada yada yada. You've heard it all before, and it's just a lot of fun. It's a classic for a reason. It's a smart subversion of the fairy tale genre, but like even if you just take that out of it, it's just a fun, great movie on its own, and that's what's really awesome about it. I think it was Mel Brooks who said like a parody should stand on its own, and Shrek absolutely does. This is an incredibly awesome movie that's iconic. It's funny. People are still making jokes about this movie like almost 22 years later because it's just freaking awesome. There's no other way to describe this movie than Shrek is just awesome. I love this movie. I love this 4K too. Just definitely watch Shrek if you've never seen it before because it is awesome.